After an amazing victory yesterday against Manchester City, we now turn our attentions to going over to France to face Olympique de Marseille in the Champions League. You're watching Hawaii Mags TV. This is the Champions League match preview for Newcastle United. Good evening, everybody. I hope you are well. Welcome in to the match preview let me just bring it up. Olympique de Marseille versus Newcastle United in the Champions League. This game will be happening on Tuesday night. Apologies if I am looking a bit dark. The lighting is not very sorted out in a minute because I've not long just been streaming live on Twitch. But do please leave a thumbs up if you are new, and if you're returning, if you're just jumping in, do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, and welcome aboard. And also hit that notification bell too, so that you never miss any future videos from me in the future. And any live shows or pre-records or shorts that come out, you'll always be informed when they are live and ready to watch. So, without further ado, let's get rid of that. Let's jump straight in to the match preview. So, as you can see on the screen now, we are facing Marseille at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, 25th of November at the Orange Velodrome. The referee has not been announced just yet, so he'll probably be announced tomorrow. So the referee's name is not being shown on the screen. Where can you watch the match? You can watch it on TNT Sports 2 and Discovery Plus UK. They're on screen for you, so you know where you can find the game. The predicted lineups for both sides. Newcastle going for their 4-3-3, with Marseille going for a 5-4-1 formation. Marseille are going with Rulli, Garcia, Ballardi, Egan Riley, Pavard, Lirola, Paixão, Højbjerg, O'Reilly, Mason Greenwood, a name many will know of, and another name many will remember is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, leading the front line. Probably butchered a load of those names, so do apologise if I have. Do any of the players stick out for me? Aubameyang, obviously. I will say Greenwood, because he is scoring goals. He knows how to score goals, and he's been scoring plenty of goals. Rulli is a name is very familiar. I believe he's played elsewhere. I think he might have played in Spain. Pavard is a very familiar name as well. Højbjerg, obviously, is a very familiar name. But moving on to Newcastle, our predicted 4-3-3 formation will be Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier right back, Malik Chow, Sven Botman, and Dan Burn. We'll come to the my lineup in a minute. Guimaraes, Tonali and Joelinton in the midfield three, with Murphy, Voltemada, and Barnes as the front three. Coaches for both sides, obviously Eddie Howe for Newcastle United and Roberto De Zerbi, former Brighton manager, is the head coach or manager, however you want to call him, for Marseille. Injured and suspended players. For Marseille, we have Facundo Medina, who has a sprained ankle, out until early December. Hamed Traore, a thigh injury, out until early December. Amir Murillo, thigh injury, out until early December. Nayef Agard, groin injury, early December. And Amin Guri, shoulder injury, late December. So these guys will be missing the game on Tuesday. For Newcastle, we have Anthony Gordon, who has a hip injury and is doubtful. He was doubtful against the Man City game, ended up not playing at all. William Asula has an ankle injury. This could be a good couple more weeks until we see him back. And Johan Visser has a knee injury, early December, they're saying, but could possibly be around mid-December. Depending on how he's doing. Recent form for both sides. Marseille have recently come off the back of a 5-1 victory over Nice. They beat Brest 3-0. They lost to Atlanta 1-0 in the Champions League. They beat Auxerre 1-0, and they drew 2-2 with Angers. For Newcastle, we have just recently come off the back of a 2-1 victory over Manchester City, which is great, defeating the side of Manchester City stature after recently coming out of a 3-1 humiliating defeat against Brentford. Then we beat Athletic Club Bilbao 2-0 in the Champions League. Another humiliation against West Ham in the Premier League in a 3-1 defeat there. And in the Carabao Cup, we defeated Tottenham Hotspur 2-0. So, Cup and Champions League, we do very well. And the league tables will show you in the Champions League that we are doing pretty well, apart from our first game against Barcelona, which we lost 2-1. We've won every single game since. 3 Premier League games here. West Ham, Brentford, absolutely humiliating. But we saw a new lease of life in the 2-1 win over Manchester City. Any insights on the game? There are not. The top goal scorers for both sides. You have Anthony Gordon for Newcastle, who has a rating of 7.68. He has 4 goals in the Champions League. His XG is 2.73. He has 1 assist and has played 4 matches. For Marseille, Paxao has a 7.32 rating, is their top goal scorer with 3. He has an XG of 0.36, so not very good there. He has 1 assist and has also played 4 matches. There is no head-to-head apparently. I don't think we've actually played each other at all. Which I think is actually... No, we have played them, because we played them a very long time ago. When Drogba still played for them, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Marseille that we played, so I don't know why there's no head-to-head on there. If we take a look at the Champions League table, we find Bayern Munich sitting top of the table, 4 wins out of 4. Along with Arsenal and Inter Milan, all on 4 wins out of 4, and have maximum points so far in the league. All on 12 points and are in the top 3. Manchester City are in 4th place. They've played won 3, drawn 1. They have 10 points. PSG and Newcastle and Real Madrid and Liverpool and Galatasaray all on 1-3, lost 1. 9 points on that. Given from Bayern Munich down to PSG all lose the next game, and we managed to pick up 3 points. There, we could potentially go top. I mean, they've got a plus 11 goal difference. That could go down if they lose to Arsenal. But I can't expect those two to lose because they're playing each other. So that's kind of throwing a spanner in the works there. So, there's no way we can go top. Unless that game gets called off. Liverpool are in 8th place, and that occupies the top 8. That will automatically go through to the knockout stages. In the the round of 16 playoff, you have Galatasaray in 9th, Tottenham Hotspur in 10th, Barcelona amazingly down in 11th place, Chelsea 12th, Sporting Lisbon in 13th, Borussia Dortmund in 14th, Karabag in 15th, Atalanta in 16th, Atletico Madrid in 17th, PSV Eindhoven 18th, Monaco 19th, Paphos 20th, Bayer Leverkusen 21st, Club Brugge 22nd, Eintracht Frankfurt 23rd, Napoli 24th. Now, I'm saying how well Marseille are doing, but they're actually way down in 25th place, which are the teams that will be out of Europe or completely. That is basically Marseille, Juventus. Very, very surprised to see Juventus way down there. Not even a single win yet. 3 draws and a defeat. Athletic Club Bilbao in 27th. USG in 28th. Bodo Glimt in 29th. Slavia Prague in 30th. Olympiacos in 31st. Villarreal in 32nd. Copenhagen in 33rd. Kairat in 34th. Benfica in 35th. And Ajax. Ajax has surprised me a lot, being rock bottom in 36th. Out of all those that have that are in the elimination places, Juventus, Villarreal, Ajax, I think those 3, possibly Bilbao as well, but Juventus being top of that list, that I am stunned to see in that position. I mean, you'd expect Juventus to be up with the top 8 at least, but it's amazing that what can happen in football these days. But going into to our game, as I said, it's being played at the Orange Velodrome in Marseille, France. Capacity crowd of 67,394. The surface is grass. The weather forecast for Tuesday is gonna be a slightly cold 8 degrees. So make sure you do wrap up warm for that game, because the temperature will drop the later it goes into the night, and when you're leaving the stadium around 10, 10:15, 10:30, whichever, it's going to be quite chilly. The knockout table, there's well, as you can see, it'll be Newcastle or PSG versus someone. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. There's not really much else because there's not even a head-to-head. But we will go through the round 5 fixtures. If we can just get to round 5. Round 5 fixtures, here we go. So the two clubs rock bottom will be facing each other. That's Ajax and Benfica. Kind of think that Ajax might finally pick up a point there. Galatasaray versus Union. Bodo Glimt versus Juventus. Borussia Dortmund versus Villarreal. Chelsea versus Barcelona. That will be a very interesting one to watch. Manchester City versus Bayer Leverkusen. Possible decent one to watch. I think Chelsea Barcelona is going to win the viewage on all these matches on Tuesday. Marseille Newcastle United. Slavia Prague versus Athletic Club Bilbao. And Napoli versus Karabakh. That should be an easy victory for Napoli, I would expect. On Wednesday, the remaining fixtures will be Copenhagen versus Kairat, Paphos versus Monaco, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Again, I think that one might top the bill for the viewage in Wednesday's fixtures. Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan, another decent match, but I think the Arsenal Bayern one would be the one to watch. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Atalanta, Liverpool versus Eindhoven, Olympiacos versus Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain versus Tottenham. That could also be a decent one to keep an eye on and possibly watch. And then you have Sporting Lisbon versus Club Bruges. Let's take a look at the stats quickly. We have Victor Osimhen with top goal scorer in the Champions League with 6. Erling Haaland has 5 and Harry Kane also has 5. They are your top 3 goal scorers. The top 3 assists, they all have 3 assists each. Topping it is Dominik Szoboszlai. Aubameyang in second, and Hakimi in third for Paris Saint-Germain. Overall goals and assists combined, Osimhen stays top with 6. Kylian Mbappe goes second with 5, and Harry Kane stays third also with 5. Top rated player in the Champions League, Osimhen is top of the table in this one again with an 8.94 rating. Kylian Mbappe has an 8.61 and sticks in second place. And I'm going to really butcher his name, but Kairat's Temirlen Anabekov is in third place on an 8.57 rating. Fastest player that's clocked in the Champions League so far is Jed Spence of Tottenham Hotspur, who's clocked in with a 33.4 kilometers an hour. Vlahovic has clocked in with a 33.4, and Kevin Rodriguez has clocked in with a 33.3. If we get discipline and clean sheets, here we go. Clean sheets. David Raya is top of the clean sheet list with 4. Jan Sommer has 3, and Vicario also has 3. So English clubs are doing pretty well in the goalkeeping department. Discipline, here we go. Alexander Golovin has a 4.4 fouls committed rating. He's top of the fouls list. Camille van der Peer has a 3.7 and is in second place. And Andreas, I'll just call him Andreas because that is really going to butcher it. For Benfica has a 3.5 and is third. Top of the yellow cards list, you have Tapsoba of Bayer Leverkusen and Arsenal's Zubamendi, both on 3 yellow cards each, with Aitor Paredes in third place with 2 yellow cards. And for red cards, 3 players have reds. Zabinieri or Zabani, however you want to pronounce his name, of PSG has 1. Brennan Johnson has 1, and Bruno Felipe also has 1 for Paphos. There is all the main stats. If we now go to back here, let's see who will win. Obviously, I'm going to go straight for a Newcastle United win on this one. And I think a majority of the votes have also gone with the same. 13,473 people, including myself, have voted. 28% of those voters have gone for a Marseille win. 27% of the voters have gone for a draw. And 45% of those voters have gone for the Newcastle United win. Can we win? Yes. Will we win? I would highly think so, based on our last game and the form that we do have in the Champions League, if you take away our last game. In terms of formation and selection, I would not have Dan Burn in as left back. I would put Lewis Hall in left back, and I would put Tino Livramento back at right back. Basically, I would pretty much start an unchanged side that played against Man City, which would have Pope, Tino Livramento, Malik Chow, Fabian Schär, and Lewis Hall. And the top 6 stayed the same. Don't change a winning side. Don't try and fix what isn't broken, as the sayings go. So Dan Burn is completely dropped for me. He's out of the team completely. Lewis Hall goes in now. Tino Livramento goes at right back. Trippier as backup. Nick Pope, yes, he had a decent game against Manchester City. I will give him that, even though I have been giving him a lot of criticism of late. But I will keep him in there after he did make some pretty decent saves against City. Malik Chow, he is definitely undroppable. Botman, I mean, I would have him straight back in, but like I said, you don't try and fix a team that's winning. So I think Fabian Schär would be wise to stay there and then probably bring Botman on in the second half, depending on how Schär is playing. So it'd be Tino, Chow, Schär, and Hall. The rest staying the same. Harvey Barnes was absolutely brilliant against Man City. Voltemada was more involved. Joe Linton, hit and miss, but they all did pretty well. Bruno was a masterclass. He got the double assist for Harvey Barnes. So, you know, we've got some real big threats for them. They're going to have to really do amazing stuff to try and get past Malik Chow. They have the height of Voltemada to contend with, and with Murphy supplying the balls on the wing, Voltemada's bound to get on the end of one of those crosses. Harvey Barnes, as we know, can definitely strike the ball and has scored quite a lot of outside of the box goals, so we can probably guarantee that he will take some shots. I don't want Eddie Howe going back to his favourites. I want to see an unchanged side. I don't want to see Dan Burn walk straight back into the side on Tuesday. I do not want to see Anthony Gordon walk straight back into the side on Tuesday. They have to earn their spots back. They have to earn the right to play. They can't just walk straight back into the side because it's disrespectful to the current players that are in form and doing well, and quite deservedly so. Dan Burn is no left back. I will say that now, and I will constantly keep telling you that Dan Burn is no left back. He is a left centre back, but he cannot play left centre back because you have Sven Botman now, and there's no point dropping Botman because those two, Malik Chow and Sven Botman, are the future of the centre back areas. Dan Burn, he's into his 30s. Potentially chance of moving him on in the summer because he's not really gonna feature much after this season, I don't think, especially if we bring in another centre back. So Lewis Hall on the left, Tino on the right. Score prediction. That's a good one. Let's see. I think we can definitely win. I'm going to go for a win. Do I see them scoring? Possibly. I mean, you got Mason Greenwood that can score a goal, and you got Pierre Aubameyang who can score goals, and he's proved that in the Premier League when he was with Arsenal. Even though their top goal scorer is Paxao on the left side of midfield. Højbjerg could be a threat. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Newcastle United win. I think they might grab a goal, but if we can bring in the form and the heart and the passion and the determination that we put in against Manchester City, then I could see us getting more goals, and I could see it turning out to be a 3-1 win. So that's what I'm going to go with. A 3-1 win against Marseille in the Champions League on Tuesday night. Again, it is at 8 p.m. It will be live on TNT Sports 2 or Discovery Plus UK. That's where you will find the game. And that's going to be it for the preview. So if you are watching at a later time, because no one really came in, if you're watching at a later time, leave your score predictions down below. Would you keep the same lineup as we had against Manchester City? Would you change anyone? Leave your selections down below as well. If any Marseille fans are watching, welcome in. Hope you're all well. Do hit the thumbs up as well. Do subscribe to the channel. Would you change any of your starting lineup for Tuesday night? Let me know in the comments below. Also, what would be your score predictions for our meeting? Would probably advise if you could possibly write it in English, as me reading in French is worse than me speaking French. Was never very, very bright with learning. So appreciate that. But other than that, that is going to be it. I'm going for the 3-1 Newcastle United win. Leave your selection ideas and your score predictions in the comments below. I'll go through them and have a fun read. But until then, when am I back? I will be back on Thursday. Thursday. Because it will be for the Everton preview. Let me just quickly just check on that. I believe it is the Everton fixture. I know Everton played tomorrow. But the next match, yes, the next match will be next Saturday against Everton. So I will be back on Thursday for the match preview to Everton. So if you're following me on X, which is right there, you'll know when I'm going to go live and what time. At Hawaymax TV, drop me a follow on there, and I'll follow you back. Other than that, again, this has been your Olympique de Marseille versus Newcastle United UEFA Champions League match preview and prediction show. Please leave a like. Please leave a subscribe. Please hit the notification bell too. We are close. We are so close to getting to 100 subs. It'd be amazing if we can get there by Christmas. But other than that, do take care. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Do keep safe and wrap yourselves up warm for the winter nights that are coming in. And without further ado, that is me done. That is me out. And yeah, take care. And I'll catch you on Thursday for the Everton match preview. See you later.